Welcome to Matt Bajerski YouTube channel. This guy was on The Lion King, right? Did I ever tell you when I got married? We played the music for one. I got married twice, by the way, to The Lion King. Oh, he's into Disney. Oh, run! You know when you're young and you know nothing about nothing, but you think you know everything. I think that's most of us. And then we grow up and then all of a sudden, boom, nothing is quite what we thought. In fact, nothing is what we thought. It's all a lie. And Disney and all of the characters that Banksy did a fantastic thing. He always does some pretty awesome things. I don't know anything about him apart from his work. But yeah, interesting. McDonald's on one side. On the other side, a Disney character, Mickey Mouse, and then in the middle. Yeah, anyway, shut up, Mark. Don't destroy people's happiness and joy. You don't like Christmas. Oh, you're a party pooper. Yeah, it's not really that. I love Christmas, and I love watching my grandchildren if I ever get a chance to enjoy their presents and fun. But everything that's associated with everything that we know, our life, what we've believed in, what we've been told is true. When you actually awaken to the fact that it's all a lie, and there's within everything that we've been told is nearly everything is quite a demonic, especially when it's to do with the corporations, governments, and all of these big corporations. They're called corps for a reason, corporations, because when you die, you become a corpse. And we are all basically corporations. We're all, if you look very deep into it, you realize that you're not free in any way, shape, and form, and you're actually traded as stock, as chattel. But that's another thing. You can start going into so many details, and you can start diving into so much of the cesspit of this world and the insanity that it is. But wisdom is only powerful when you use it and utilize it. Knowledge is only powerful when you utilize it and use it. So when you look at certain names, okay, a lot of the times people haven't even got a clue. But the corporations, the big boys, the ones who are right at the top, they know exactly what they're saying and what they're doing and how to utilize words and how words actually are infectious. Words can be infectious to you because they're a form of casting a spell, a program. So within those words are meanings, and those meanings to you, you won't have a clue unless you really do the deep dive. But to these who write these meanings, there is a religious aspect to nearly all of it, an occult aspect. Occult means hidden meaning, but let's say the cult energy of those that are in certain sect clubs and religious, ritualistic, I don't know, select few that are hidden in plain sight. So the other day, it's gone viral about one of the major companies that produced a bottle that everybody put into their arm, and it begins with F. And apparently that word, when you look at the Hebrew word for that, it means something like burn in hell or something like that. But that's very, very, very normal in nearly everything that you look at when it comes to the corpse. And I guess when I look at it that way, yeah, corpse, what does that actually mean? Well, when you abide by, when you follow, when you buy into anything that the corpse tells you, the corporations tell you, you end up being a corpse. And that kind of makes sense as well. So it's funny that everything that we do in life has a cause effect to our length of time here, to how we actually elevate, grow spiritually, or we stay dumb, or we become sick and ill. So every action that we do is important. And this morning, a really lovely soul, I got a message from one of the girls at work saying, oh, somebody made a video and mentioned the tarot course on the video that you're doing right now, and please watch it. And I went, okay. So I clicked on it, and what a lovely soul. I think she's from Australia, somewhere like that. Lovely soul, talking about ascension and eating, and if I smoke, will my ascension be high or low? And she was absolutely bang on the mark. I've met people who are clairaudient, clairvoyant. I even remember a guy down in Gibraltar that Inga used to take me down to, and he was absolutely sloshed. He had his Alsatian in one corner, little tiny scruffy room, and I think he smoked and he drank, and it was pretty good at what he did. It was pretty good. He was a tarot reader, pretty good, done it for a long time. So, the point being, and I know a lot of people like this who didn't do what you would think the Buddha does to reach enlightenment and nirvana, but they still had intuition. And I guess the whole point about her message was, it doesn't matter what you do, what you drink, what you look at, you still are evolving all the time. You're still growing, because you can't grow unless you plant yourself deep into the ground in that darkness, and you can't get up unless you fall off the bloody bike. So like everything you do is part of the journey, and that's the spiritual journey, life. And she was bang on. That's life. Life is your spiritual journey. Oh, it can't be. It must be more than that. I surely must be wearing these and must wear this and no. I wear silly tops. You know why I wear silly tops? I'll tell you why. To break up the fact that, yes, I do spiritual work. Yes, I do try and share information that might help you think a little bit more. And you might think to yourself, oh, that's quite wise. But then I wear silly tops to break up your thought pattern, to think, oh my God, he's not this guru wearing white or certain things, and he doesn't match up to how we think we should be following a certain guru. That's why I won't do that. I only wear like tops when I'm doing certain rituals. So if I'm doing a ritual, and if I'm in ballet and there's 20 or 30 people and we're doing a heavy ritual, a lot of cleansing and clearing within the circle, I'll wear a top made from Morocco, which is black and white, and I used to wear it all the time. And I've done about, 200 rituals, 400 rituals with this top on, and I always have this top. I'll show it you. Okay. So it's here, this top, like this top has worked with me. Hello, top. Done some serious work. And if you look here, little bit yellow. The reason why that's yellow is because after I've done the work and before I've done the work, I've got all my oils in my hands, so I undo them, so they always go a bit yellow. But yeah, that's my top. Silly, yeah, it looks stupid. But for me, that has significant meaning when I wear it, because it gears me up ready for my work. So I'm more serious and I'm feeling more, not about anybody else, about me. I'm more committed. I put my oils on, and so it means a lot to me, that top. It's like this room means a lot to me. Everything in this room means a lot to me. And I guess that's what the whole point is. Everything that we do in the positive, we do in the uplifting, we do in the really, really frequency of feeling powerful within ourselves. Nothing wrong with that. I don't walk around with that on like my old teacher did. Like, she didn't have a pointy hat, but if she could, she would have worn one. And she had a stick, and she wore all of these certain looking clothes to look the part. I never got that, and I never get that. I don't understand that, completely don't get it at all. So I am the opposite of my teachers. I'd rather look silly, and then afterwards somebody will say, shit, that was like pretty amazing. And then they'll say, what, you mean him with the silly top on? Yeah, forget the silly top, the guy's doing some good work. So I used to wear silly tops because for me, I don't want to fall into a category of I am a wizard, or I am a psychic, or I am a clairvoyant, or a tarot reader. I'm just a guy, which I am. And I hate being labelled any of these things. And it was a struggle for me, because when I was creating my website and people were asking me for words, listen, man, you've got to be able to say who you are for people to acknowledge that, to say, okay, he's a psychic, okay. So I went, okay then, right, okay then, I'm a psychic. I didn't like it, but you have to find words for people to associate with. And part of the Pure Energy Healing course that I've been teaching for many, many years now, one of the things that I often say, I'm sidetracking a little bit, but bear with me here. When everybody's around and they're listening to me, okay, how do we actually become a healer and make to become full-time? What should I do? Well, one of the things that I teach is the pitfalls and things that kind of people don't realize that they're losing people. What do you mean losing people? Well, if you want to be successful, you have to keep things simple. Everybody must know that now, because if you go onto a website and there's more than 5 clicks to buy something, you've lost them. So to get the lesser clicks you do and the less information needed to give, the more somebody will buy it because of their attention span. Okay, so that's a bit obvious, right? Because we all, oh God, how many times, where do I need to go now? Oh, I'm sick of that, because people's attention span is less than a fish these days. So, and that's deliberate, by the way. That's poison. That's the way it is. We're being talking about time deadlines, boop, all of these things. You know, like, just stop a minute. Stop a minute, everybody. Just calm down. Just relax. Just close your eyes. You know what I mean? It's like getting people to where they should be. So yeah, going back to that. Has anybody got a business card? Yeah. Could you show me? Have you got a business? Right. And okay, so hi Jenny, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming on the Pure Energy Healing course. So your business card says you're into NPL. You're a therapist of 15 different therapies. You're also a book writer. You're also a life coach. You're also okay. So straight away, here's your mistake. And I tore it up and threw it in the bin. Okay, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with what you've learned. It's all amazing. Super powerful. However, that business card is going to be so confusing that it's diluted everything that you've ever done and who you ever are and were and will be. What do you mean? Well, what is it you want to do? You don't know, do you? Okay. Well, when you figure out what you want to do, stick with it and just put that down. So if you want to be a healer because you've enjoyed this course for 4 days and it's now changed your life and you want to be a healer, forget all of those things and just write down healer on your new business card. And there's 2 reasons for that. People like to know something very quickly. So it's like a letter. If you send me a letter, if it's this long, I'm already like, okay, I can't, I've got so much work to do. Bullet point me, give me 3 bullet points, so I can fit, okay, this is important. But if you give me a life story, I haven't got time because I've got clients, I've got work, I've got crystals to do. It's like, I just can't, I can't focus on that. I'm really sorry, I'd love to. We're all in this world of rush, and it's true, all of us. And when I talk about this, I'm only jogging your memory, but I need it just as much as you. And that's why I've always said to you guys that don't ever look towards somebody who's sharing a message as if they are the message. They're not. They're just the messenger of something that they know that they need to fix within them. So everything that I share with you, I need to learn and work on myself, more probably than you. So it's fascinating to see that we in this need to get ourselves out there and to become famous and popular that we overload everybody with too much information. And sometimes the 3 B's as well, baffle brains with bullshit. That's another thing. It's too much. Just stop. Stop. Who are you? So I remember when I was younger going to a doctor. Doctor doesn't know anything really, to be honest. He knows kind of something, he knows a little bit of something, but he doesn't know anything of everything. He knows a bit of everything, but he's not an expert of anything. Okay, that's a doctor, it's a GP. If you don't know that, then I'm sorry guys, it's the truth. So the doctor goes, okay, there's something wrong with your ear. Writes a note out and sends you to a specialist. And that specialist is in a hospital. And when you go there, that guy knows all about one of 3 things. So he might know about your nose, ears and whatever, nose, throat and something. So he knows one thing specifically, or maybe 3 things. That's all he knows. That's all he knows. But actually, that's pretty powerful. Why? Because that's all he's studied. You see, now he becomes a specialist. Now you really believe in him and you really focus on, okay, this person knows what he's doing. Why? Because this is what he's always done. So when people say, how come you were so successful when you were working as a full-time healer? Why wasn't everybody else busy and why were you always busy? And I said, because I was just one of 2 things. I was a psychic and I was a healer. So that was it. People can relate to that. It's simple, it's easy. No need to question it, no need to look at it. But if I said I was a psychic, healer, life coach, yoga expert, NPL, I don't know, theatre healing, and I like, okay, just chuck that card away. I just don't even know what to do with that, okay? So these are the little things that I share with people who come to the Pure Energy Healing Academy online now and learn all about how to become successful in whatever you do. Doesn't mean you have to be a healer, but everything that I share with you is what I've learned over these years of working with thousands of people, listening to their stories, sharing Spirit's truth and wisdom with them that comes out of my mouth. And I'm going, poof, I needed that. Right? Like, seriously, I needed that. Like, what do you mean? Well, that message was just as much. Sometimes I would read for somebody and think, shit, this is for me. And it was for them. Of course it was for them, but it was just as much for me. And I used to go away in contemplation and sit down. And sometimes I used to really felt bad, really bad. But again, in that darkness, when I felt bad after Spirit giving me the truth, because all I'd ever had was a mum who muddy cuddled me and loved me and made me spoil and like I was spoiled, really spoiled child. I got whatever I wanted and then when she died, it was like the darkest moment of my life. It's like, okay, she's no longer here. But it was yet the most brightest moment of my life, because if my mum was still alive now, I'd be an absolute brutal, spoiled brat. So like my mum dies, nobody's now here to love me. Nobody's now here to take care of me. Nobody's now here to cook my dinner. Nobody's here now, right, to give me what I want. Okay, so what do I do with that? There's only 1 or 2 things. I sit and wallow in self-pity and misery and blame, or I get up off my ass and start to cook my own food, learn to cook. And I'm a good cook. You can ask any of my partners, ex-partners, I'm a good... Yeah, that didn't sound very good, did it? Yeah. Right, that makes me laugh. Remember that old, the guy was sat with a woman and they were sat on a table, there was loads of them, and this guy really couldn't stand this woman and this woman couldn't stand this man. And this woman said, you know what, if I was married to you, I'd poison your food. And the guy said, if I was married to you, I'd frigging drink it. Or I'd eat it. No, anyway, so like, oh gosh, I go off on a tangent, but it's kind of amazing, really, that I look back on my life, and because my mum passed, I had to get up off my ass and learn quickly and figure, okay, well, if I want that nice new pair of, I don't know, canvas blue pants from a shop called whatever in Huddersfield town centre, I'm going to have to get up off my ass and do something about it. My dad's not going to give me any money because he was a tight Polish man. So I had to figure things out myself, and I quickly learned in that darkness. I became brighter and brighter. So I learned how to navigate through life, learned how to make money, and I did. And I can make money. If I wanted to become a multimillionaire, right, I could become a multimillionaire. But I chose to help people. I chose to do things that made me feel good. And becoming rich doesn't make you feel good. Oh yeah, it does. You can do anything you want. No, you can be miserable doing anything you want. You can be lonely doing anything you want, being rich. And it still means nothing. You can sit on an island, the most beautiful island in the world, because you're rich. But if you don't feel like you've contributed in this world to your fellow brother and sister and made a difference, then you'll feel lonely and you'll feel like, yeah, what's the point? Well, yeah, exactly, mate. The point is that you haven't done anything to make a point, and then you're looking for something to do. Get up off your ass and do something, mate. Get up off your ass and create and help, make a difference. Go out in this world. There's about 10 different dog places you can walk dogs freely as a gift. Go and help somebody and offer your services. Do something, make a difference in the world, and you'll find that it comes back to you tenfold. Oh, but don't do it if you think it's going to come back to you tenfold. You do it first of all because you do it out of love, and if then something happens as a return, because Spirit says, well done today, we're going to give you back some love and healing for that, because that's normally what happens. You need healing first, pal. Okay, Tracy, you need healing too, right? Sit down, Tracy. Sharon, come and sit down. It's been a while. You two need to listen deep inside to what's important, because you're going to look back one day on your life, on your last breath, and you go, and then you're going to realize that all you ever did was judge, moan, your opinionated negativity. Okay, you might have had a couple of laughs, but what did you actually ever do? You sat and watched all Mark Bajerski's videos, and does that make you enlightened now? No, it doesn't, because you're still eating and drinking Coca-Cola and eating your poisons. But it's okay. It's okay, because that might be your journey. But if you're asking me, I want to feel better. I want to make a difference. The only way you can do that is getting up and doing something. Anyway, by the by, I don't know where this conversation's going, but I just wanted to have a little chat. I'm working on some beautiful crystals at the moment. I don't know what day I'm on. I have no idea what day it is. This is Parasite cleanse. That's me. So, you want to go to the toilet? Are you sure you don't want to go to the toilet? So you see this Parasite cleanse? That's mugwort and wormwood and sage in here. So this is basically medicine, natural herbal medicine. It's a medicine. It's combined with natural water, spring water. So I'm going to drink this, and it's going to go around my body, and it's going to go into my head, because obviously when you're drinking water, it goes straight into the head, right? So it goes all over your body. So when I drink this cup, it's going to kill all the parasites in my head. It's going to kill all the parasites in my stomach, all the parasites in my livers and kidneys, because the water has to go all around and clear out. So little things that we do to make a difference in our life makes a difference in our life. The positive things that we do makes a positive difference in our life. The things that we share with others within what we experience in our life has a positive effect in our life as well as theirs. Every action has a reaction. So I choose my actions that have a positive reaction rather than a negative. Everything that I share with you, I believe has a positive reaction. And that's what I try my best to. There's many times that they've had negative reactions, and I've had many messages saying, Mark, you're too heavy. It's too much. And I know that. I've been through 3 years of it. And I too had to get through the pain and suffering of seeing children being and seeing the consequences and the effects. And I've seen that for 20 years. You know how many cases of children ended up with autism that came to me from the mums and dads because of, not spoken about now, but it was massive back then. That was just as much as what was happening in these 3 years and all of the boosters and all of the nonsense. But yeah, all of these things were deliberate, for sure. And the world is waking up a little bit more now. And no, I don't talk about it too much because people are already knowledgeable and they already understand all of these things and all the pieces are now fitting together. So what's the point me talking about it? My point of talking about it was 4 or 5 years ago when it was coming. And to this moment, I put my hand on my heart and say, I'm so glad I did, you know. And that's why I made a video yesterday of Jordan Peterson, you know, telling people to go and have the jab. I wonder if he's happy about that. I wonder if anybody will ask him about that. No, they won't, because now he's a guru. So everybody has to be frightened. Oh, don't mention that he's a guru. No, bloody mention it. He'd mention it. He mentions everything else about everybody else when they do something wrong. Why don't you mention that to him? Hey, mate, you're brilliant, aren't you? You're fantastic. You're just a wealth of knowledge. But why the hell did you tell everybody to get the jab? But, you know, these are the things that we can't say once people have got a status and they've got a mob that surround them then and protect them like wolves. You know, let's talk about that. Oh, no, let's not talk about it. Yeah, right. We all make mistakes. We all say things that we regret for sure. And I don't hold anything against anybody unless I can see they are constantly working at something that I think is the most demonic energy, just like gates from hell. That is a constant evil that runs through somebody that is constantly trying to cull the world. And anybody, you know, just like the last guru that I shared with you, who everybody, I mean, every single guru gets pointed out these days. Not every one of them. There are some good ones, but I don't like the energy of guru. I really dislike it. I disapprove of it. And I think anybody who claims to be a guru and calls themselves a guru, I think is a dangerous thing. And, you know, it's a bit like saying I'm spiritual. Like, you don't need to say you're spiritual if you are. Don't call yourself a guru. You're not a guru. You're just a human being who has knowledge, and you share that knowledge and you channel and you share that channeling. So remember, mate, you're not a guru. The channeling, the energy that comes through you is the energy that we talk about. So you are a messenger. But guru to me has this energy now where people just fall to their feet and follow them blindly. You know, and I shared one of the videos on my Instagram, the guy, oh, nobody likes me anymore because they want too many souls in the world, and I don't want many souls in the world. Well, you know what, mate? You know, that's bang out of order. That's bang out of order. Because any way you look at it, if you don't want the amount of souls on this planet, that means that you want to get rid of the souls on the planet, or you want to halt, or you want to somehow stop people from having babies. Who are you to say that? If the world is going to cause itself in a natural way that we and many other species come and go and become extinct, that should be as a natural thing that happens on this planet. Not for somebody to spray from our clouds and so it lands on us and we end up not being able to have children and put into our foods and put into, injections and so on. That's totally wrong, because not only is that misleading and dangerous, but it's also evil to its core. And if you are really who you say you are, then by definition, you're causing harm by saying there's too many people on this planet. Who are you? Where's this ego come out of you? Have you actually traveled on a plane and looked down? There's tons of land everywhere and pockets of places, but there's tons of land all over this world. We could spread out all over this world, and there's enough food to feed all of us. But we can see exactly what's happening now. They're saying there's no food, so we need bugs. No, there's plenty of food. You've just killed all the farmers in the way of stopping them from farming. It's all evil. And if you support this idea of there's too many people in this world, then you support all of this evil that's going on right now. And it's a slippery slope, for sure. But spirituality is what keeps us going. Spirituality in its true form is that we are enlightened in the darkness that is around us. That's what it really means. Spirituality, in my belief, is being aware, being kind, being loving, being smart, feeling, using your intuition, rather than following a guru. I don't follow gurus. Yeah, but gurus need to be here because people are stupid and they're idiots and they don't know what they're doing, so they need to follow somebody. No, they don't. No, they don't. Absolute garbage. Absolute rubbish. All programming. Again, all programming. So, yeah, but that's my philosophy. I believe in people. I believe in people. People do harm all the time. And I see the worst people who do harm are the ones not stealing from a supermarket or, stealing somebody's handbag because they've got no money and they need money. And that's because of the system, of course, how it was created. But those that work in the highest levels of corporations, of these so-called medical industries, and you can see they're pure evil. They're pure evil. Absolutely pure evil. And anybody who works in government, in my opinion, has no morals, because you wouldn't even want to step into that energy. That energy is pure cesspit, evil, lies, manipulations, all about me, greed, ego, power, fame. That's all that is. That's not about helping people. That's not about making a difference in the world. And people are realizing that day to day now. So good. I know this is a waffle. This is just going all over the place, but it's just a coffee morning. Oh, it's a tea morning chat. It's a Parasite Cleanse tea morning chat. And I'm wishing you all a lovely day. I really am. Take care of yourselves from my heart to yours. Have a great day. Thank you so much, by the way, for going to markbajerski.com and buying your new oils, incense, teas, books. I hope they help you as much as they help me. Every single oil that I've worked with, that I have done for all of these years, all the incense that I work with daily, everything that I do, I share with you because I've worked with them and they work. And they work well for me, and I hope they work well for you. So I'll get back to my, I've got some books to sign, I've got some crystals to work on now, some chrysoprase, some Larimar down there, a few more beautiful pieces of mystical topaz, which I've always loved. Yeah, and that's it. Have a great day. Wishing you all a lovely day. And thank you for doing the tarot course. Seems to be becoming more popular every day. It's spiraling out of control. So I'm very pleased that you're learning how to understand cards and how you understand yourself through the cards. Remember, they're just a tool, but it's a great 10-hour course, and the offer is still on till the end of the month. So you've still got a couple of weeks. It's only 100, and out of that 100, you get a deck of cards. You get free DHL worldwide, and you get a beautiful piece of, what are you? black moonstone, black feldspar, beautiful moonstone, gorgeous to work with. And it's not a bad course, and I think you'll learn a lot. And if you enjoy these chats and you enjoy some of the things that I say, well, just wait till you do the course. There's a lot. There is an absolute monumental deep dive of amazing wealth of 20 years experience of tarot cards and understanding life and everything that the cards share to you. Might just help. Have a great day. I'll put the link below. Take care now. Bye bye.